This call is now being recorded.
Okay. So this is the simple vapor compression refrigeration system. And in this simple system, we have four components. First one is compressor, second one is condenser, third one is expansion valve, and fourth one is evaporator. So this compressor rise the pressure. So it increase from pressure from evaporator pressure to condenser pressure. And this expansion valve reduce the pressure. So it will reduce the pressure from condenser pressure to the evaporator pressure. And these two components, condenser and evaporator, they are heat exchanger. So in the evaporator, it absorb heat from the low temperature, and the condenser reject heat to the environment. Okay, so these two component deals with the heat, and these two component deals with the pressure. So it increase the pressure, it decrease the pressure, it reject the heat, it absorb the heat. So these are the four components. So this in the compressor, we provide some work to the compressor, and this condenser reject heat, QC heat or QH heat to the environment, and this expansion valve reduce the pressure from the condenser pressure to the evaporator pressure, and in the evaporator it absorbs heat from the low temperature QL or Q naught, due to which this liquid refrigerant evaporate in the evaporator. Okay, so at one point we have saturated vapor, and this saturated vapor enter into the compressor. So if we want to calculate the COP is defined as desired effect upon work required. So what is desired effect? This is this QL or Q naught, and what we have supply the work W in or WC. So if we calculate, if we apply the thermodynamic analysis, we will get the heat absorbed in the evaporator is equal to H1 minus H4, and the work supplied in the compressor is H2 minus H1. So if we put the value, we will get the COP of simple vapor compression system is H1 minus H4 divided by H2 minus H1. And we have also seen the pH diagram. So this is the pH diagram. So first process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, then 2 to 3 is isobaric heat rejection, and 3 to 4 isenthalpic expansion, and 4 to 1 isobaric heat absorption. So the COP is H1 minus H4, H2 minus divided by H2 minus H1. So this value H1 minus H4, and this is work H2 minus H1. And we have also seen the effect of evaporator temperature. We have already discussed this effect of evaporator temperature. Okay, so many industries like food, pharmaceutical, chemical, blast freezing, cold storage, etc. required low temperature refrigeration in the temperature range of minus 30 degrees centigrade to minus 100 degrees centigrade. So in our household application, the temperature required, the refrigeration temperature required refrigeration temperature is 0 degrees centigrade or minus 5, minus 10 degrees centigrade. Okay, but for the industry, for the various application, we required very low temperature in the range of minus 30 degrees centigrade to minus 100 degrees centigrade. And we know the single stage system are not adequate for this temperature range due to large temperature lift or high pressure ratio. We have also already seen this. So this is the pH diagram. Suppose this is the condenser pressure and this is the evaporator pressure. Okay, so if we calculate the COP, we will get H2 minus H1 minus H4 divided by H2 minus H1. So this is the COP of the system. What happens if you reduce the evaporator pressure or evaporator temperature? If we required refrigeration at low temperature in range of minus 30 to minus 100 degrees centigrade, we have to reduce our evaporator pressure or evaporator temperature. Then only we can get the refrigeration in that range. So we reduce the evaporator pressure in the single stage vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, so if we reduce our evaporator pressure, so this will be our new cycle 1 dash, 2 dash, 3, 4 dash. Okay, and if you further reduce this evaporator pressure or evaporator temperature, our new cycle will be 1 double dash, 2 double dash, 3, 4 double dash. Okay, so this is our new cycle. Now, when we are decreasing the evaporator pressure or evaporator temperature, our work is increasing. So we can see when our cycle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, our compression work is W. When we decrease our evaporator temperature, our new cycle is 1 dash, 2 dash, 3, 4 dash. And in that case, our compression work is W dash, which is higher than the W. And if you further reduce this evaporator pressure or evaporator temperature, our work is further increased. So there is a significant increase in the compression work. Apart from that, our refrigerating effect. So in the first cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4, what is our refrigeration effect? H1 minus H4. And in the next cycle, it is H1 dash minus H4 dash. So you can see this much amount of refrigeration effect is reduced. And if you further reduce the evaporator pressure, this refrigerating effect is further decreased. So it is decreased from H1 minus H1 double dash. So COP is refrigerating effect upon work required. So our numerator is decreasing and our denominator is increasing. So our COP will be decreased. Okay. Apart from that, this discharge temperature is also increased. You can see in the first cycle, our discharge temperature is T2, and in the next cycle is T2 dash, and in the next cycle is become T2 double dash. So it is also increasing. And when our refrigerating effect is decreasing, our mass flow rate in the system is also increasing. All points are clear or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you want to achieve the refrigeration in range of minus 30 to minus 100 degrees centigrade, and if you want to achieve this temperature range with the single vapor compression refrigeration system, our COP will be very low. So the running cost is very high. Okay, so when we require the refrigeration in range of minus 30 degrees centigrade to minus 100 degrees centigrade, or in a very low temperature range, this single system are not adequate. Okay, so if you want to achieve the refrigeration in this range, we have some other options that are multi-stage compression system. Okay, in the multi-stage compression system, in the single stage system, we have two pressure limit: condenser pressure and evaporator pressure. Only two pressure in the system. We have only two pressure: condenser pressure and evaporator pressure. अगर ये दो प्रेशर के अलावा हमारे पास अगर तीसरा प्रेशर भी हो जाता है, तो ऐसे सिस्टम, ऐसे रेफ्रिजरेशन सिस्टम को हम बोलते हैं मल्टी स्टेज कंप्रेशन सिस्टम. ओके, सो इन द मल्टी स्टेज कंप्रेशन सिस्टम हम क्या करते हैं, एक बार में कंप्रेशन ना करके पार्ट में कंप्रेशन करते हैं. एंड वी ऑलरेडी नो, जब भी हम कंप्रेशन पार्ट में करते हैं तो हमारा जो कंप्रेशन वर्क होता है वो डिक्रीज कर जाता है. ओके, एंड द नेक्स्ट इज कैस्केड सिस्टम. ओके, so we have two option: multi-stage compression system or cascade system. So we can use multi-stage system or cascade system. So we will discuss these two topics in detail in this lecture. Okay, so let's start with multi-pressure system. What are the multi-pressure system? When refrigerating system has more than two pressure, what? Condenser pressure and evaporator pressure. When our refrigerating system has more than two pressure, known as multi-pressure system. अगर हमारे पास दो प्रेशर से ज्यादा प्रेशर लिमिट्स होंगी, तो ऐसे सिस्टम को हम क्या बोलेंगे? मल्टी प्रेशर सिस्टम बोलेंगे. अब मल्टी प्रेशर सिस्टम में हमारे पास कौन कौन से ऑप्शन अवेलेबल हैं? मल्टी स्टेज कंप्रेशन सिस्टम. In this systems we have two compressor, more than one compressor. Okay, so first we compress to our intermediate pressure, then we will compress from to the up to the condenser pressure. So we will do the compression in the stages. And the second option is multi evaporator system. So in the multi evaporator system, we have two evaporator. There are several application in which we required refrigeration in two different temperature range. A perfect example for multi-evaporator system is dairy farm. In the dairy farm, we required temperature in range of -20 or -30 and in 7 degrees centigrade. So we required temperature in two range. First one, suppose plus 7 degrees centigrade in dairies. And another one is -20 or -30 degrees centigrade. So in such case, we will use this multi-evaporator system. डेयरी फार्म में क्या हो रहा है, हमारे पास मिल्क है और हमको मिल्क को क्या करना है, 7 डिग्री पे मेंटेन करना है. मिल्क को तो फ्रिज कर नहीं सकते, और वही अगर वहां पर क्या हो रहा है, कुछ डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स हैं जिनको हमको फ्रिज करना है, और या फिर हमको आइसक्रीम फॉर्म करनी है, तो वहां पर हमको क्या चाहिए होगा, लो टेम्परेचर चाहिए होगा. और अगर हमको दूध को सिर्फ प्रिजर्व करना है तो 7 डिग्री टेम्परेचर इज इनफ. Okay, so in that case, either we can use two different system or we can use a single system which is multi-evaporator system. तो एक ही रेफ्रिजरेशन सिस्टम होगा, उसमें दो इवेपोरेटर होंगे, एक 7 डिग्री मेंटेन कर रहा होगा और एक -20 या -30 मेंटेन कर रहा होगा. So such systems are known as multi-evaporator system, जिनमें दो टेम्परेचर्स पे हम अलग-अलग दो टेम्परेचर्स पे हम रेफ्रिजरेशन मेंटेन कर रहे हैं. Okay, so we have understand the single stage system, multi-stage compression system and multi-evaporator system. The third one is cascade system. In the cascade system, we have two single stage cycles and we couple those two single stage cycles. Okay, and in the cascade system, we can attain a temperature up to -150 degree centigrade. ओके, कैस्केड में क्या होता है, हम एक सिस्टम हमारे पास है, एक सिंगल स्टेज सिस्टम है, हम उसके साथ दूसरा सिस्टम कपल कर सकते हैं. हम इसी तरीके से हम कई सारे सिस्टम कपल कर सकते हैं, और इसमें रेफ्रिजरेंट अलग होगा, इसमें रेफ्रिजरेंट अलग होगा, इसमें रेफ्रिजरेंट अलग होगा. सो वी विल डिस्कस डिटेल why this cascade system are required when we have multi-stage system, because this multi-stage system has also some limitations. Okay, so we use cascade system when we required very low temperature, okay, in order of -100 degree centigrade. Okay, अगर 50 तक करना, -30 अचीव करना, -50 अचीव करना, it can be done with a multi-stage system. So we will discuss the limitation of multi-stage system in the cascade system. Okay, now, so we have seen that when we are studying the multi-pressure system, we have three type of system. First one is multi-stage compression, second one is multi-evaporator, and third one is cascade. So first we are taking the multi-stage compression system. First one, we are taking the multi-stage compression system. Okay. Three types of multi-stage system are available, which are following. तो अभी तक हमने देखा था कि जब हम मल्टी प्रेशर सिस्टम की बात कर रहे थे तो हमने तीन टाइप के देखे थे. फर्स्ट वन इज मल्टी स्टेज कंप्रेशन सिस्टम, सेकंड वन इज मल्टी इवेपोरेटर, एंड थर्ड वन इज कैस्केड. सो द मल्टी स्टेज कंप्रेशन सिस्टम also has three parts. So first one is flash gas removal system, second one flash intercooling system, and third one flash and water intercooling. Okay, so we have three systems in the multi-stage compression system. First one is flash gas removal, second one flash intercooling system, and third one flash and water intercooling. So let's start with the flash gas removal. Okay, so this is the schematic diagram of two-stage compression system with flash gas removal. Okay, so what happened in this system? In the system, we have a flash tank. In the system, we have a flash tank, and the saturated liquid coming out from the condenser is expanded into this flash tank. at some intermediate pressure. So we have already discussed this. In the multi-pressure system, we have more than two pressure. So first pressure is condenser pressure, evaporator pressure, PE. First pressure is evaporator pressure, PE. And the second pressure, the pressure in the flash tank, which is a intermediate pressure, PI. And the third pressure is the condenser pressure, PC. So we have three pressure limit: evaporator pressure, intermediate pressure, and condenser pressure. So this intermediate pressure is in between the condenser pressure and evaporator pressure. So we are not directly compressing our refrigerant from the evaporator pressure to the condenser pressure. Okay. So first we compress it from the evaporator pressure to the intermediate pressure, then from the intermediate pressure to the condenser pressure, to reduce the work required for the compression. If we use a single stage system, the compression work is very high. So we do the compression in the parts. First, we will compress the refrigerant from the evaporator pressure to the intermediate pressure, then from the intermediate pressure to the condenser pressure. Okay. So in this system, we have flash tank. अब इस सिस्टम में हमारे पास क्या है? फ्लैश टैंक है. फ्लैश टैंक में क्या हो रहा है? जो ये कंडेंसर है, ओके, सो इन द कंडेंसर द superheated vapor convert into the saturated liquid by rejecting its heat to the environment. तो कंडेंसर में हमारे पास सुपरहीटेड वेपर आ रहे होंगे और ये सुपरहीटेड वेपर अपनी हीट रिजेक्ट करेंगे एनवायरनमेंट को और कन्वर्ट होंगे किसमें? सैचुरेटेड लिक्विड में. और ये सैचुरेटेड लिक्विड जो है इसको हम एक्सपेंशन वाल्व के थ्रू पास करेंगे और इसका प्रेशर रिड्यूस करेंगे फ्रॉम द कंडेंसर प्रेशर टू द इंटरमीडिएट प्रेशर और द प्रेशर इन द फ्लैश चैम्बर और फ्लैश टैंक. Okay, so in the process 6 to 7, there is a isenthalpic expansion. So due to the expansion, this liquid, the pressure of this liquid is decreased, and we have liquid plus vapor mixture. Okay, so we have liquid plus vapor mixture. Now in this flash chamber or flash tank, the liquid and vapor are separated. So vapor are collected at the top of this tank and liquid is collected at the bottom of this tank. Now, the liquid from the flash chamber, which is at intermediate pressure, is taken out and it is passed through a expansion valve where again 8 to 9 isenthalpic expansion of this liquid occur and the pressure is decreased from the intermediate pressure to the evaporator pressure. Now, at point 9, we have liquid plus vapor mixture at evaporator pressure, which is enter into the evaporator. And in the evaporator, this refrigerant absorb heat from the low temperature and this liquid convert into the vapor. So at point 1, we have saturated vapor, which is at pressure of evaporator. Okay, so this 1 point we have saturated vapor at low pressure and these vapors are enter into the compressor. So this is our first compressor, compressor 1. Okay, in the compressor 1 we supply some work which is equal to W1 or WC1. Okay, and in the compressor these vapors are compressed from the evaporator pressure to the intermediate pressure. Okay, so we are not directly compressing these vapors up to the condenser pressure, we are compressing these vapor up to intermediate pressure. Okay, so now these vapor are compressed up to a intermediate pressure. So at this point the pressure is PI. Okay, so once we see the PS diagram of this flash gas removal system, this system will be more clear to us. So let me explain, then we will discuss the PS diagram, then this diagram will be more clear to you. Okay, now in the flash chamber, we separated the liquid and vapor. So the vapors are also at intermediate pressure. So these vapor coming out from the flash chamber and mixed with these vapors, which is coming out from the compressor. And we reach at a state of 4. So this is state 4. Okay. The outlet of the compressor second is 2. The outlet of the flash chamber is 3. And after the mixing condition, it becomes 4. Point to be remembered. Now, the superheated vapor enter into the compressor second. And in the compressor second, we will again transfer the work, W2 or WC2. So in the compressor, again, it is compressed from the intermediate pressure to the condenser pressure. Then in the condenser, we have superheated vapor, which is enter into the condenser, where it reject it heat to the surrounding. Okay, and the superheated vapor condense and become saturated liquid. This saturated liquid again enter into the flash chamber through a expansion valve. Okay, so this is the working of this multi-stage system with flash gas removal. Okay, why this flash gas removal? Because we are expanding this liquid up to an intermediate pressure and we are removing the vapors. So that's why the system is flash gas removal. Okay, so let me explain the pH diagram, then this system will be more clear to you. Okay, so now this is the pH diagram of multi-stage system with flash gas removal. So as we have already discussed, in this system, we have 3 pressure limits. First one is evaporator pressure. Second one is intermediate pressure. And the third one is condenser pressure. Okay, so in the initial process, we have described the process from this point. So at this point, we have, so this is the outlet of the compressor. So at this point, we have saturated liquid, and this saturated liquid expanded up to a flash chamber pressure or intermediate pressure. Okay, 6 to 7 isenthalpic expansion. And in this tank, flash chamber or flash tank, we remove the liquid and vapor. So you can see 6 to 7 vapor are separated and liquid is separated. Okay, so sorry, give me 1 minute. Okay, so 6 to 7 is an isenthalpic expansion, and in this point the pressure is Pi. So in this point we have liquid plus vapor, and we have separated the liquid and vapor. So liquid is separated, so it reach at point 8. It means at point 8 we have saturated liquid only, and this liquid is passed through a expansion valve or throttling valve, and then process 8 to 9 happen, isenthalpic expansion. So you can see at 6 to 7 we have expanded this liquid, and we have at 7 point we have a liquid plus vapor, and we separated the vapor and liquid. So at point 8 we have only liquid. So the state of this 8 point is saturated liquid. So that's why this is 8 saturated liquid. Now this saturated liquid expanded into the expansion valve, and we reach at evaporator pressure, and at point 9 we have liquid plus vapor, and this liquid plus vapor refrigerant enter into the evaporator, where liquid refrigerant boiled in the evaporator by absorbing heat from the low temperature and produce the refrigerating effect, and it convert into the saturated vapor. So at point 1 we have saturated vapor. Okay. So this saturated vapor enter into the compressor 1, where it get compressed from the evaporator pressure to the intermediate pressure. So at the outlet of the evaporator, our condition is 2, as we have already discussed in the schematic diagram. At the outlet of the compressor, our state is 2, and you can see this is 2. And when we remove the liquid and vapor, when we separate the liquid and vapor, we have vapors, which are the saturated vapor. We have separated the liquid and vapor. So the vapor at state 3, which is this point. So we have separated the liquid and vapor. So these are the vapor, the state of the vapor, and this is the state of the liquid. And these 2 point and 3 point at an intermediate pressure, which is mixed at a state point, which is mixed at 4. So you can see the 3 is coming out from there and 2 is coming out from there, and they are mixed, and we have state 4, which is inlet to the compressor 2nd. So this is the inlet of the compressor 2nd. So now in the compressor 2nd, we compress the superheated vapor in the compressor 2nd, and the pressure is increased from the PI to PC. So pressure kahan se increase kiya hai? PI se PC. Now we reach at state 5, which is superheated vapor, and these vapor enter into the condenser, and where it reject its heat to the environment, and the process 5 to 6 happen. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt? Yes or no?
No, sir. No, sir.
If we use single stage system, our compression work will be this. You can see this much. Okay. And when we do the compression in part, we supply less work. Okay. So if we add these two work, it is less than this work. And apart from that, by using the flash gas removal, our refrigerating effect is also increasing. If we use the single system, our process 6 to 7 like that. So again, we have benefit, our refrigerating effect is also increasing. So our refrigerating effect is increasing, our compression work is reducing when we are using multi-stage system. So these systems are better than the single stage system when we have to achieve low temperature refrigeration effect. Okay, I am again explaining the schematic diagram, the working of this multi-stage system with flash gas removal. Okay, listen carefully. Then I will ask you to explain this system. So our process is start. I am explaining from this point, 6 point. So at the outlet of the condenser, we have saturated liquid. This saturated liquid enter into the flash chamber through the expansion valve. So the pressure of this liquid, which is equal to PC, is reduced up to PI, intermediate pressure or pressure in the flash chamber. In the process, isenthalpic expansion. So at point 7, we have mixture of liquid plus vapor at an intermediate pressure. And in the flash chamber, we separate the vapors and liquid. This liquid at intermediate pressure, which is saturated liquid, enter into the evaporator through this expansion valve. So the 8 to 9 is a throttling process. In the throttling process, the pressure is reduced from the intermediate pressure to the evaporator pressure. And at point 9, we have a liquid plus vapor mixture, more liquid, less vapor at evaporator pressure. And in the evaporator, it absorbs heat from the low temperature, and the liquid refrigerant convert into the vapor. So at the outlet of the outlet of the evaporator, we have saturated vapor. These saturated vapor enter into the compressor first, where it get compressed from evaporator pressure to the intermediate pressure, and the state of the outlet of the compressor is 2, and the pressure is Pi. Now, we have also separated the liquid and vapor at Pi. So, we separated the vapor, and the vapor are coming out from the flash tank. The stage is 3, which are saturated vapor. These are the superheated vapor and these are the saturated vapor, and they are mixed together, and we have state 4 at the inlet of the compressor second, which enter into the compressor second, where it get compressed isentropically. Then the pressure is increased from Pi to Pc, intermediate pressure to the compressor pressure, and then the superheated vapor enter into the condenser, where it reject heat, and the superheated vapor again convert into the saturated liquid. Then the process is continue. Okay, so we can also discuss this pH diagram. At 6 point, we have saturated liquid. This saturated liquid expand in the isenthalpic process, and the liquid and vapor are separated. So at 8 point, we have a saturated liquid at intermediate pressure, and this liquid is expand in the isenthalpic process or throttling process, and pressure is decreased from the intermediate pressure to the evaporator pressure. So at 9 point, we have a liquid vapor mixture at evaporator pressure, which enter into the evaporator, where it absorb heat and liquid refrigerant boil and convert into the saturated vapor. This saturated vapor enter into the first compressor, and after the compression, the state is 2, which is superheated, and the vapors which are coming out from the flash chamber at intermediate pressure, the state is 3. These are the saturated vapor and these are the superheated vapor. So the enthalpy of the superheated vapor is high, and the enthalpy of saturated vapor is low. So when they mix, the final enthalpy is H4, which is in between 2 and 3. Okay, so now at point 4, this superheated vapor enter into the compressor second, where it get compressed up to condenser pressure. Then this superheated vapor enter into the condenser, where it reject its heat and convert into saturated liquid. And we have already discussed the advantage of this system. The compression work is significantly reduced, and there is also an increase in the refrigerating effect. This point is clear or no? Not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone can explain the cycle? Anyone? Vishes? Vishes,
Yes, sir.
can you explain this cycle?
Yes, sir.
Explain.
सर फर्स्ट 1 to 2 प्रोसेस में सर कंप्रेशन होगा.
स्टेट भी बताओ ना साथ साथ. 6 पॉइंट से शुरू करो.
6 पॉइंट है सर. सर 6 पॉइंट पर सैचुरेटेड लिक्विड मिलेगा हमें कंप्रेशन होने की.
यस
यस सर. कंडेंसर से उसके बाद सर वो जब फ्लैश उसमें थ्रोटल वॉल्व में जाने के बाद सर वो फ्लैश चैम्बर में जाएगा. वहां पर सर उसका प्रेशर ड्रॉप होगा. वो इंटरमीडिएट प्रेशर पे आ जाएगा पीआई. उसके बाद 0.8 से 9 पे उसमें फिर से प्रेशर ड्रॉप होगा.
8 पॉइंट पे क्या स्टेट है हमारी?
हाँ सर सैचुरेटेड सैचुरेटेड लिक्विड सर.
ओके.
कंप्लीटली सैचुरेटेड लिक्विड है. उसके बाद वो एक्सपेंड होगा थ्रोटल वॉल्व के थ्रू. उसमें फिर 9 पॉइंट पे आ जाएगा वो सैचुरेटेड नहीं होगा सर. मोर लिक्विड लेस वेपर. वहां पे सर 9 to 1 प्रोसेस में हीट एब्जॉर्प्शन होगी.
ओके.
सेपरेशन इफेक्ट प्रोड्यूस करेगा सर.
यस.
वो सब फिर कंप्रेशन होंगे 2 स्टेजेस में 1 और 2. 1 to 2 सर उस कंप्रेशन होगा. उसके बाद फ्लैश चैम्बर से एडिशन होगा हीट का सर.
ओके.
वेपर का सर. फिर वो 0.4 पर आ जाएगा. 0.4 से 5 पे सर कंप्रेशन होगा फिर से,
हम्म
और फिर 5 to 6 सर कंडेंसर में सर हीट रिजेक्शन होगी.
So one point you should remember, in this flash chamber or flash tank, there is the separation of liquid and vapor. तो यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, जो जो टैंक है यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, लिक्विड और वेपर का सेपरेशन हो रहा है. ओके, सो यहाँ पर लिक्विड और वेपर का सेपरेशन हो रहा है, जिसकी वजह से क्या हो रहा है, लिक्विड और वेपर का सेपरेशन हुआ है यहाँ पर, जिसकी वजह से हमको यहाँ पर सैचुरेटेड लिक्विड हमने सेपरेट कर लिया है और वेपर को हम मिक्स कर रहे हैं किसके साथ, सुपर हीटेड वेपर के साथ. ओके, नाउ
Yes, sir.
let's assume that the mass flowing in the condenser is m dot. Okay, so the mass of the refrigerant which is flowing inside the condenser is m dot. So if m dot mass is entering into the condenser, how much mass is leaving to the condenser?
Sir, m dot.
M dot. So at 6 point we have m dot. Okay, now we have expanded this liquid in the expansion wall, and at point 7 we have mass of how much
M
mass?
dot.
M dot. What is the mass at point 8? Mass flow rate. It is m dot or less than m dot or more than m dot?
M dot ही होगा सर.
How it is m dot? Suppose at point 7 our condition is liquid plus vapor mixture. Okay, and we have separated the liquid and vapor. We have separated the liquid and vapor. So we sent some vapors to the compressor, and we have separated the liquid, and we are sending the liquid to the evaporator. So how it is
Sir,
m
less
dot?
than m dot.
M dot. Suppose m1 mass is going to the m1 mass voice is clear? My voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
ओके, सपोज हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं, m डॉट मास जो हमारा ये है, किसका है, ये जो हमने सेपरेट किए हैं वेपर, इनका मास है. तो यानी कि नीचे जो हमारा लिक्विड गया है इसका मास कितना होना चाहिए?
M dot minus m dot 1.
1. Very good. And the refrigerating effect is also producing with the mass flow rate of m dot
M dot
minus
minus m dot minus 1.
1. Okay, so the mass flow rate going into the compressor 1 is also m dot minus m1, and when it is reached at the state 4, so m dot minus m1 is going from there and m dot 1 is going from there. So at 4 point
There
At
will be
4
m dot.
m dot. Okay, then compressor 2 deals with mass flow rate of m dot. Then condenser is also deal with mass flow rate of m dot. This point is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the compression work? W1. What is the compression work?
M minus M1 S2 minus H1.
Yes. M dot minus m dot 1 into H2 minus H1. So this is compression work first. And what is the compression work second?
M dot H5 minus H4.
Very good. And what is the refrigerating effect?
M minus M1 into H1 minus H9.
H9. Okay. So can you write the COP formula? Can you write the COP formula for this system? What is the value of COP? What is the value of COP?
So Q naught over W in.
Yes, COP will be?
Q naught
Yes, Q naught Divide by
over
yes,
W in,
yes,
total W in,
W1 plus
W2.
W2. So you have the value of Q naught. Q naught is equal to M dot minus M1 into H1 minus H9.
Yes, sir.
And what is W1? M dot minus M1 into H2 minus H1. And what is W2? M dot H5 minus H4. This point is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you write the COP formula? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is our first system. So in this lecture, we have discussed the limitation of the single stage system. Then we see what we have option. If you want to achieve very refrigeration in very low temperature range, we have to use multi-stage systems. Okay. And we have two options. Either we can use multi-stage compression or cascade system. And if we discuss the multi-pressure system, we have three different. First one is multi-stage compression. Second one is multi-evaporator system. And third one is cascade system. Okay. So you can see this multi-evaporator system where the multi-evaporator system are required. कहाँ पे required है multi-evaporator systems? Multi-evaporator system कहाँ पे requirement है? कहाँ use होते हैं?
सर जहाँ पे ज्यादा रेफ्रिजरेटिंग इफेक्ट क्रिएट करना हो,
ज्यादा नहीं, जहां पर हमको टू डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर रेंज में रेफ्रिजरेटिंग इफेक्ट प्रोड्यूस करना हो, जहां पर हमको क्या करना हो, दो डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर रेंज में जहां पर दो इवेपोरेटर चाहिए होंगे, वहां पर हम मल्टी इवेपोरेटर सिस्टम यूज करेंगे। और यहाँ पर भी दो से ज्यादा प्रेशर होंगे क्योंकि दो इवेपोरेटर हो गए, तो इवेपोरेटर 1 और इवेपोरेटर 2, और सिमिलरली एक हमारे पास कंडेंसर होगा। ठीक है। और मल्टी स्टेज कंप्रेशन का अभी हमने देखा था, मल्टी स्टेज सिस्टम जब हम कंप्रेशन डिस्कस कर रहे थे, हमने देखा था कि 3 सिस्टम है हमारे पास। फर्स्ट वन इज फ्लैश गैस रिमूवल, second one flash intercooling, and third one is flash and water intercooling. And so far we have discussed only this flash gas removal. So flash intercooling is remaining, flash and water intercooling is remaining, multi-stage system is remaining, and cascade system is also remaining. Okay, so in our next lecture we will discuss the flash intercooling system and flash and water intercooling system. So since it is the first system, so it has taken time, but we will cover the flash intercooling system and flash and water intercooling system in our next lecture. Then we will discuss the multi evaporator system and cascade system. Okay, apart from that, we have to also discuss the numericals of this unit. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask. If you have any doubt, you can ask.